Welcome back to the Island of Misfit Toy Collectors. Dreadnought Ryan here, and welcome back to Island News. And it has been a busy week for the G.I. Joe Hasbro team, as well as some other updates that we'll be able to share today. On February 29th, of course, leap year, the G.I. Joe Hasbro team did have a Pulse fan stream, and we will review all of the figures that were up for pre-order, the production samples, the renders, and then, of course, the name-only reveals, as well as some other Joe news that we will bring to you. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's look at the figures that went up for pre-order. And to start it off, it's Torch, the last of the three original Dreadnoughts, if you will. I'm really excited to get this figure finally. Be nice to have Ripper, Buzzer, and Torch all together. I do like the accessories, some of the cool features that were added to them for the flamethrower for Torch. Also coming with the two pistols, I think is great. And as you will hear, this will be a theme probably for today. I do love the fact that this figure also leaves some room for customizers just to kind of take it to the next level, or even just to personalize some of these figures a little bit more. I ended up picking up two of these figures. One, of course, I will keep original. The other, I'm going to add some cool features, some water slide decals I picked up from Bad Mother Tattoo. And then I do have a gridiron pack that I've been holding on to for quite some time that I will use to kit Torch out. But it is a cool accessories that he comes with. Very happy to again to have this figure join the classified line. Next up is Doc, and this is one of those great updated figures from the Real American Hero line. Of course, Doc in the O-ring form was just absolutely amazing. Came with some great accessories. But what they've done with this modern figure is just absolutely just amazing. I love the fact that they have the newer vests, the ones that came with, I believe it was Grunt. But you can peg on different pouches and stuff on there, of course, with the 60th Action Soldier. But for Doc, it makes a lot of sense. His accessories that he comes with make a lot of sense as well, too. And then that fold-up stretcher is just absolutely a brilliant idea. Again, this is another one of those figures where you can continue to push him to the next level just by adding some either third-party items or even just finding some medical stuff, you know, through Amazon or eBay, just to give Doc a little bit more bad medicine, if you will, for his bag. I do love some of the callbacks. They included the pill bottles on the side of the helmet, the green glasses, just absolutely amazing. I love the patches on the side of the figure as well. I cannot wait to get Doc in hand, and that stretcher has to work with the Dragonfly. It has to. So, but again, great addition to the classified line. I love the fact that they did do a nice update to it while not going too crazy. Next up is Jinx. I think, again, this is another great nod to the Real American Hero Jinx. I love the fact that she does come with her red balaclava head, which matches up to what she had for the Real American Hero. And then also some callbacks to what we saw with the Jinx modern figures in the 4-inch. I believe she was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I could be wrong on that, but I know there were a couple different versions of Jinx that you could pick up. I love also a callback to the G.I. Joe movie with the black blind, I don't know if I can say that, the black blind, oh my goodness, blindfold that she comes with, of course, with keeping the short hair from what we saw in the G.I. Joe movie. I do like the accessories she comes with as well, too. And it also, again, another figure that we can definitely add more stuff to if you want to. But I do dig what they've done with Jinx, and I can't wait to see what she'll look like in Tiger Force colors. The Night Creeper. This was actually one figure that I didn't have growing up, but man, this looks really good. I believe we saw this one with those, they were almost 5-inch figures, just basic general retail release figures. I think it was Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, Baroness, and maybe Scarlet. But just a real plain G.I. Joe figure that came out during the Snake Eyes movie. So it's nice to see getting this particular figure in the classified form. I do like that he comes with the crossbow with the bolt, as well as the two swords, the two knives, and the two different heads. So you get Night Creeper version 1 head style, and then, of course, Night Creeper version 2 head with it as well, too. So For folks who like the troop build, this is a great opportunity to kind of mix and match some of your troops. And then we can just all have giant ninja battles. Next up is the man, the myth. It is Naugahyde. Just an absolute great looking figure. A lot of detail work went into this particular figure, from the fact that the sculptor used a 3D render of his own teeth to add to Naugahyde, to the scrapes across his head, the Cobra tattoo on the side of his head, and then just some of the detail work for the vest, even down to his bracelets, or I shouldn't say bracelets, but his wristbands and different things like that, as well as the accessories. His accessories are reused from other figures, but I'm okay with that because we do get, of course, the warthog and the monkey. I think this is just a really cool looking figure. Nice to see another Dreadnought joining, and hopefully it won't be too long before we see Monkey Wrench, Thrasher, and of course Road Pig. And then we also got to see the Target exclusive Tiger Force. If you're in Canada, I believe these are Toys R Us, but it is Tripwire and Roadblock. I do have to admit that I'm not sure how I really feel about Tripwire in the Tiger Force colors. But again, I think this would be the perfect time to put him in a 2-pack, of course, with Roadblock. I think Roadblock looks really good. You could probably use this base figure and just change out some of the other parts to really give you a nice looking updated Roadblock. Of course, he does come with the Ma Deuce update, which we've seen, I believe, with the Action Soldier. And then it does look like there's a new backpack that was tooled up for him as well. But for folks who are fans of Tiger Force, I think this is just a couple of great figures to add to that sub-team. And then finally, the HMS, but I'm going to call it the SMS for Cobra. This does come with a Techno Viper, which is in that color scheme that we saw with his fire team, and even the SMS missile launcher kind of does fit in with those same colors for his tank. So I think this just kind of fits into that group, as well as the box art will go great with your HISS tank box, and then of course the fire team. Another cool feature that we did get to see is the hitch can be adjusted to different heights, which that has to mean that we will be seeing a stinger in the near future for Cobra to either hook the SMS onto the back of that, or of course onto your HISS tank. Can't wait to get this particular item, put it on the shelf with my HISS tank and the fire team. Just the colors on it really pop, and I'm absolutely impressed with what Lenny and team were able to do for this particular small item. Then we did get render reveals. So we do know that we are getting a new beachhead in the retro card style. Good callback and updates to what we saw from A Real American Hero, with some new weaponry, as well as some reuse from some other weapons. I do like the fact that we're getting the satchel pack, the old school backpack, and then of course a couple of grenades, a new pistol with silencer, which pretty much came with Stalker, and a couple other figures. We do get the small crossbow, and then of course the submachine gun. But overall, I think Beachhead looks really good. And looking at what they did with the retro Firefly, I'm kind of excited to see what this particular figure will look like in production samples. As far as the eels, it looks like it's just going to be a re-release of what we saw from the Amazon exclusive. I know that figure was difficult to kind of get, so hopefully with these being mainline releases, anybody who is looking to really troop build their eels, this will give you the opportunity to do that. And then for the Snow Serpent, I do like the updated blues. I think this will be great. Again, makes it a little bit easier for folks to get hold of these great troop builders. And of course, they will be on those retro cards. And then finally, for name-only reveals at the beginning, we did find we were going to get Saw Viper that will join the classified line, as well as Dial Tone. And then at the end, Emily kind of let it slip like, hey, here's an extra for everything. You guys are going to get Frag Viper sometime in the future. So I'm thinking that's more towards 2025. But I think a couple of great troop builders for Cobra, and then hopefully continue to build out our communication team for G.I. Joe. Huge shout out to Angry Collector. We did find out what the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive is going to be, as well as PulseCon. So Deluxe Raptor will be the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive for the classified line. And then PulseCon exclusive is going to be a Deluxe Starduster. Now, I do know some of the particulars for Starduster, and I think collectors are really going to be happy. If you are a fan of Starduster, or if you really like some of the packaging that we've seen from some of these particular con exclusives, I think this will be a real nice surprise for a lot of folks who do like those particular items. Next up, an update from our friends over at Skeletron. Ben did share just some updates. We did get to see some final samples of the Jungle Wolf Trooper and 4-inch scale, as well as the Blood Wolf and Red Weasel pilots that will come with these Robo Skull Mark II. Just a quick update, though, as far as timing. They were hoping to have the Robo Skull with the 4-inch pilots, the Elite Flight Stand, the heavy metal armor, and the, of course, 4-inch Jungle Wolf Trooper available before Joe Fest, but it looks like we're going to have that date pushed back a little bit farther. They did receive a couple clean production samples of the Robo Skull, but there is some just retooling that needs to be done just to make sure that it has everything that the team is looking for and that everything is correct. They don't want any issues for collectors when they start getting these items. They want to make sure that it's close to perfect as they can make it. So we're now looking at for Phase C, which will be summer. And then the Phase D, which will be late summer, you'll receive the 4-inch Marauder Skeletron figure, the 6-inch Skeletron figure, the 6-inch Marauder Wolf Trooper, the 6-inch Marauder Geyer Wolf Trooper figure, and then the 6-inch Marauder Jungle Wolf Trooper, and then, of course, the 6-inch Marauder Pilot character kits. And then the total Robo Skull Deluxe hardcover will come in that final wave. We've seen so far the O-ring as well as the 4-inch, and then, of course, the Assassin Skeletron Jones have all been released and have been pretty amazing. Tons of folks have liked them. I know that Ben and company have said they've run out of some of the initial orders of what they had for those particular figures, and they're waiting on some resupplies, but those are going fast as well, too. So the great thing about Ben and Mark and the team over at Skeletron is they do try to keep folks up to date with everything that's going on. If you've been a supporter of Kickstarters, you know that the schedules of what they're looking at are all based on what they believe can make happen, but until you actually start getting into production, looking at some of the samples, making sure that all the parts come together correctly, that they look correctly, it does push some of those delivery dates. And unfortunately, that's what's happened with our friends over at Skeletron. But I have faith that once we get the rest of these 2 waves in hand, it should be a really fun summer into fall. And then finally, I want to send a big shout out to everybody. We have crossed the threshold of 1,000 subscribers on the Island Misfit Toy Collectors. And the truth is, I could not have done any of this without you. I am truly humbled that 1,000 or plus of you have taken the time out of your day to hit that subscribe button for the Island. It does mean a lot to me. It's been just over 2 years that we started this channel with my best buddy in the world, Chris Johnson. And we've just been humbled ever since. We never thought we would get to this point. If we would be happy with 10 subs, to be honest with you. But you guys have been just absolutely amazing in the support that you've given me, the feedback that you've given me as well, too. And just taking time out of your day to comment or like some of the videos we have. I do want to send some special thank yous. First to Toy Connections. Ken, you have been the one that's helped push me along the way to grow the channel and not be scared to grow the channel. Next up, I want to thank Lawrence from A Punk with Toys. Monday, he went on one of his lives and said, guys, let's get them to 1,000 subscribers. I did not ask Lawrence to do that. He did that out of the kindness of his heart. And truly, I am humbled, my friend. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being a friend. And for you looking out for the smaller channels and helping them grow, because look, we all know we are only as strong as our weakest link. And as a community, we are better together than we are apart. I want to thank Zazel, Gaz, Hans from the Slaughterhouse Clubhouse. You guys have been amazing, great friends. The Joburg guys for basically bringing me into G.I. Joe again. HCC 788, you are truly the heart and soul of this community. And I don't know what we're going to do without you, but a big shout out to you as well, too. There's Matthew, and then, of course, Chris, KJ, and Romo, and all my brothers over at Toy Kind of Mood. Travis, you guys, Bobby have been great in supporting me as well, too. But again, thank you, everyone who has subscribed to the Island Misfit Toy Collectors. We have leveled up, if you will, and I just really want to say thank you. And we'll continue to bring you the news as we find out. And I hope you guys are having a great beginning of March. And hopefully you have warmer weather coming through. I know for some folks in Australia and that side of the world, as you move into fall, we are moving into spring and summer, as you are moving into basically fall and winter. But wherever you're at in this globe, you guys are all awesome. Thank you again for the support. And more importantly, Yo Joe. Thanks, everyone.